Hi. Sorry I look like this. It's been a long day. We had a blizzard. I live in Kansas City, Kansas now. It came in really early in the morning on Sunday, and we got about 15 inches. And I've been in the house for 3 days. Tonight I'm making chili, as you can see. I just finished cutting everything up. But that's not what this video is about. How do you know you have the gift of discernment, or the gift of discerning spirits? Or, yeah, can you see spirits? How do you know if you have that gift? Well, we all have gifts, and the gifts are in the Bible. Unfortunately for me, it was difficult for me because I could see since I was a little girl, like 3, and for the most part, I wasn't supported. And my mother, she left the Catholic religion because, my God, they would have probably performed an exorcism on me. But she did take me to, sorry, it's not going to look good. So it is what it is. She did take me to a psychologist when I was about 5 because I insisted that I could see people. So I was born in Pasadena, California, and I would wake up and I would see people all around my bed, and they were the sweetest people ever. Grandmas, grandpas, little kids, moms, dads, and they just looked at me, and they had this like beautiful light around them. I could see them, they could see me, and they knew I could see them. By the way, my husband is the chef in the house, and I'm not. So when he makes chili, it is a long process because he cooks more like a chef. When I cook, I want it done like in 30 minutes because I'm freaking hungry. And I don't want to wait that long. But my chili is very good. Real quick, I just wanted to show you my chili. You can see the brown beans, the northern beans, the pinto beans, the kidney beans, and then I just stick a few corn chips in here. And yeah, I'm good to go. You can garnish it with some, cheese. I put some Mexican cheese on top, and it's delicious. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, back to you. How do you know if you have the gift of discernment or of discerning spirits, or that you can see spirits? Well, one of the ways is that you can just see them. Like I see them in 3 dimension when I am half asleep and half awake, which is like in an alpha state. So if you're half asleep, half awake, a lot of people, I have heard a lot of stories about people getting trapped in sleep paralysis, and personally I love being right there because that's when I can actually roll out of my body and have an out-of-body experience. But honestly, you just have to understand and learn not to be afraid, even if you do see something scary. I've seen lots of scary stuff, but honestly they can't hurt you. They really can't. But you do, the gifts are in the Bible. The gift of discerning spirits, the gift of wisdom, the gift of prophecy, the gift of tongues. Don't know why they don't teach more of that in church. My feeling is that most religious organizations want to have more power than you, or they want to feel like they know more than you. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. I talk to my dad. That's what I call God. I call him my dad. I talk to my dad, God, like all the time. And I wasn't always able to hear Dad very clearly, but I do now. And he's got a great sense of humor. I'm telling you, God has a wonderful sense of humor. And I have asked a lot of questions about this life and the next life, and I know a lot of people truly believe with all their heart that, when you die, you'll either go to heaven or hell. But I've asked God, do we really have to say or believe certain things before we physically die, or it's going to be too late and we're just going to go to hell? That can't possibly be. And what Dad told me is this: that's silly. Would it ever be too late for your children? Absolutely not. I have studied hundreds and hundreds of near-death documentaries, and a lot of them have gone to this place that they call hell. But that's another thing that God told me, is that we have absolute free will. And you're going to either agree with me or highly disagree with me, but this is what he told me. You have free will before you come, while you're here, and when you go. I don't know why, like, for example, I don't know why I chose such a rough childhood and such a difficult and painful, beginning of my life. But I can tell you this, that I know now. I didn't know, but I know now. What I know now is that we choose, this is what I believe. I believe we choose our parents, we choose the experience, we choose what it is we want to experience before we come here, and we choose those experiences to learn the lessons that those experiences are going to teach us. That's what I truly believe. People ask me, do you believe in reincarnation? And I still say, I don't know. I can only live one life at a time, and I'm still trying to do this one, honorably. So, so you have free will. You have free will. That doesn't, not any time. God told me not any time does he step in and test you or manipulate you, or that wouldn't be God that does that, because he gave you free, absolute free will. Free will. Okay? So, I know a lot of people believe that, oh, God is testing me. No, God is not. God doesn't have an ego. God is unconditionally loving. At least the God I know. That's my God, my dad. He's unconditionally loving, and it's not like he looked down on earth and said, oh, Lord, I didn't see this one coming. Because, coming from where I came from, I had to overcome a lot of stuff, right? It's not like he said, well, God, what am I going to do with this one? Because I spent time in juvenile hall. I am a recovered alcoholic. My biological father was a drug dealer from South America. My mom, she didn't really want to deal with me. I have abuse issues that I don't really need to go into. So if, it's like, why in the heck would I choose that experience? I'm pretty sure they were up there going, are you sure? Are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, put me on the spiritual fast track. I want to grow really good. I want to grow a lot, and I want to grow fast. Well, I can't say I grew fast, but I have grown. And all I can tell you is that I am on the other side now, but I'm also 59. And what I do with my experiences is that I turn around and I help others. I help others who have gone through the same experiences, and, and just kind of offer solutions and help and support and love, because that's what I needed. So anyway, back to, the gift of discernment. So my mother took me to a psychologist, and when I was about 5, and he said to her, yeah, she's lying to you, because my guess is that she wants attention. Okay, thanks. That was back in 1970s, I had an aunt who was starving her kids because she was on the Dr. Spock. She was reading Dr. Spock, and they were eating their boogers. So back then, they didn't know what the heck was going on. And it took a long, long time for people to even be open enough to having gifts, okay? So one of the things that, if you can, these are some of the signs, okay? Here are some of the signs that you are being visited by a loved one. 1, you might smell their perfume or cologne. You might be asleep or awake, or it could happen any time of day or night. And you just get this whiff of perfume or a scent that your loved one had, and that's them. They're really around you. They're with you. And although you might not be able to communicate with them telepathically, you will be able to if you practice. It just takes practice. It really does. They can hear you. They can hear you all the time, anytime. They can hear you always. The veil between this life and the next is very thin. It's not like they get on a train and go to some real far off place called heaven or hell, or what is that? I want to say purgatory. Like, why would you choose purgatory? It's just sad what religion has done to some people, and have put things in their head that they don't understand, that they absolutely have a choice, always have a choice. You have free will. Okay, 2. You might smell, you might smell a cigarette or a cigar, or gas fumes. It could be just a scent. And when you smell that scent, and you'll think about that person immediately, and you'll know it's them, okay? So I guess that's still like 1. 2, you'll dream about them. Having a dream about a loved one who has passed on is also considered a visitation. Sometimes the dream is very clear. Sometimes it's foggy. Sometimes they'll speak to you, and sometimes they won't. Honestly, just know that they can sense what you are okay with and what you're not okay with, and the more you get comfortable with it, the easier it will be to communicate with your loved ones. Oh, that's Angel. She scared the shit out of me. Scared the shit out of me, girl. 3, you'll be in alpha state, and you'll just wake up and you'll see them standing there or walking by. And I know that's really terrifying to some people. My youngest son, he has the gift of discerning spirits, and he has been able to see also since he was a little child, but he's like, I told God I did not want to see those people. And I have never pushed it on him, or I've told him, you don't have to, you can tell them to go away, it's okay. I mean, I don't know why he's afraid. I think that, people are afraid of the unknown. It's not comfortable for some people. I think a lot of it has to do with their religious upbringing and things that they were taught about the spirit world, which is really sad, because I am a hospice massage therapist. I haven't really been doing it a lot lately since I've moved here to Kansas, but in California, I was called to do that quite often. Now they call it like a death doula. And it is, transitioning from death to the spirit world is probably one of the most beautiful, I don't know, it's crazy. It's just beautiful. Yeah, I spent 45 years trying to understand it scientifically and spiritually, but you don't need to spend 45 years to understand it. It's just something that I'm truly interested in and want to know more about. We forgot that we were all God's children. We forgot that we were connected through, our divine source, love. I guess in order to be more understanding and open to your gifts, you have to become more loving, I guess. I mean, it takes practice. It does. Here's the thing, is that your head will tell you all kinds of things, but your heart will never lie. Your heart will never lie. So they are gifts, and you have them. What I do, I get up and I meditate, and I make an appointment with myself to get up, to meditate. Keep a notebook by the side of your bed. When you wake up, write down your dreams. If you can't remember your dreams, then before you fall asleep, you tell yourself, I will remember my dreams in the morning. I will remember my dreams in the morning. And you will. You wake up and you write down your dream. Just kind of tune in to, any messages that might be coming. So that's the other thing is, to receive messages, you have to quiet your mind. It's about listening. One time I asked God, if you could show me what you looked like, what would you look like? Who you are, what your spirit is like, because we know what Jesus looks like, we know what Mother Mary looks like, we know all the people that were actually living and walk the earth look like, but what does God look like? And when I closed my eyes, he showed me the biggest, most magnificent kaleidoscope of colors, and they were just ever-changing. And I just laughed and I said, of course you would look like that. You're everything and all things. And most of all, God is love. Stop allowing yourself to become distracted with what's going on out there. and start focusing on what's going on in here and in here. You're going to be a lot happier, and you will become more in tune with the messages that you're supposed to receive. So really the bottom line is, are you gifted? Yes, absolutely you are. What are your gifts? You can have all of them. It really depends on how much time you spend knowing who you are, writing things down, staying in the present, being aware of your surroundings, quieting the mind, not allowing yourself to become distracted by outside things, which is really hard to do. Make an appointment with yourself for meditation time. Listen to frequency waves, theta. When you're meditating, listen to theta or delta. Those frequencies are designed to slow your brainwave pattern down so that you can relax. Your mind is going to want to get busy. It's going to want to get busy and think about things. That's okay. Meditation isn't about being perfect. It's just about being still. And the longer you practice clearing your mind and being open to receiving messages, the easier it's going to get. So it's just really all about practice. Anyway, I hope you had a lot of fun, and if you like this kind of information, or I don't even know how to say it, subscribe if you want to hear more of this kind of stuff. And I just appreciate you, and just remember who you are. You are the divine spark. We are all connected. You are made in the perfect image and likeness of God. Yeah, you are love manifested. So make the rest of your life the best of your life. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.